Written by John Lennon but credited under Lennon-McCartney, Strawberry Fields Forever was released in 1967 as a double A side single with Penny Lane. It was unlike anything the Beatles had churned out at the time, which somewhat alienated some of their fans. But it became influential in the then emerging psychedelic genre. It's the first song they recorded after completing the masterpiece Revolver, and they initially planned on including it on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but it was their record company who pressured them into releasing it as a single. John Lennon once described this track as a psychoanalysis set to music. He wrote it in the autumn of 1966 in Almeria, Spain, while he was filming for the 1967 British black comedy movie How I Won the War and playing the role of Musketeer Gripweed. It took him 6 weeks to write it, mostly while he was hanging around. The song is a look back at his childhood. Strawberry Field was a Salvation Army children's home near his childhood home. Paul McCartney knew the place too, saying, "I've seen Strawberry Field described as a dull, grimy place next door to him that John imagined to be a beautiful place. But in the summer, it wasn't dull and grimy at all. It was a secret garden." John's memory of it wasn't to do with the fact that it was a Salvation Army home. That was up at the house. There was a wall you could bunk over, and it was rather a wild garden. It wasn't manicured at all, so it was easy to hide in. Lennon often roamed around with his friends Pete Shotton and Ivan Vaughan, and they sold lemonade bottles. And he most looked forward to the garden party every summer. But of course, the song wasn't all about nostalgia, especially because LSD became part of the equation. The lyrics also reflected Lennon's troubled side, highlighting his self-doubt. He explained, the second line goes, "No one I think is my tree." Well, what I was trying to say is that line is, nobody seems to be as hip as me. Therefore, I must be crazy or a genius. It's the same problem as I had when I was 5. There's something wrong with me because I seem to see things other people don't see. Am I crazy or am I a genius? What I'm saying in my insecure way is nobody seems to understand where I'm coming from. I seem to see things in a different way from most people. In the middle of November, Lennon recorded some solo demos at his home in Weybridge, Surrey. It was a complicated recording and the Beatles had to record it over 8 dates. Lennon admitted he considered this as his finest work with the group, and in fact, after his tragic death, a part of New York Central Park was named after Strawberry Fields Forever, and widow Yoko Ono donated $375,000 to the home. He also revealed that this is one of the few true songs I ever wrote. They were the ones I really wrote from experience and not projecting myself into a situation and writing a nice story about it. Did you enjoy this piece of classic rock history? We got loads more for you in our channel, so go ahead and visit us. Subscribe, hit that like button, and click that bell icon so you'll never run out of the best rock and roll content there is. So see you on the next one. Alright, rock and roll.